Good afternoon and welcome. My name is Sean Donahue. I'm a sophomore at the Johns Hopkins University, double majoring in public health and economics, and this is my submission for the Center for Leadership Education's oral presentation contest. Thank you for your time. Once you know who you are, you may finally understand where you are going. This is a quote from my mentor, Dr. Hosni Hassan, and I think it is especially pertinent for the situation that Johns Hopkins is in. I believe our institution is at a crossroads. We have the opportunity right now to refocus our efforts and continue to be on the forefront of learning and education. I see the Johns Hopkins baseball field as an opportunity to create campus diversity, to improve our facilities, and most importantly, to give another resource to those who work, learn, and study here at Johns Hopkins. But before we just blatantly decide on something to put at the Johns Hopkins baseball field, I think we first need to realize and define Johns Hopkins. What is our institution? What defines a student who goes here? Is it our athletics with our consistently top-ranked lacrosse team? Or possibly our medical institution with incredible patient care and incredible rankings? Or even is it our research and the discoveries that are made here every day at the Homewood campus? Well, I think that it is an aspect of each of these. And that aspect is our spirit and our heritage here at Johns Hopkins, the spirit of discovery. And I'd like to introduce you to a phrase that I use for Johns Hopkins and what we embody, and that is that Johns Hopkins truly is an epicenter of discovery. We have faculty and researchers that are not just relaying information like at other institutions, but are doing a much more dynamic process than that. They are actually in the process of creating and spreading brand new knowledge. Now, this is incredible and different from every other place around, and in order to do that, the university takes advantage of its most precious resource, its students. Our students here are motivated and passionate about their studies. They have a thirst for knowledge that is above and beyond most others. And most importantly, our students here want to be and are willing to be leaders in their respective fields. I know that the Johns Hopkins baseball field, whatever it should go to, needs to positively impact the students of Johns Hopkins. Now, we know who we should impact, and we know what defines Johns Hopkins as an epicenter of discovery, but we also need to know, where is our institution headed? And I think that answer lies with the Brody Learning Commons as well as the Mudd Laboratories, and that is that we are recognizing that we are in a new age, an age of technology, a new era, if you will. And it is changing everything that we do, including education, where laptops and tablets have replaced pens and paper. In communication, where teleconferencing has replaced person-to-person interaction. And even in medicine, where practicing medicine has become something that can be done from thousands of miles away with just an internet connection and a few pieces of robotics. Now, in technology, communication truly is key. And we need to make sure that we remember this whenever we are moving forward in this era. However, I believe we can use technology to increase communication instead of decrease it. Now, as educators, I'm sure you are aware that most want that golden student-to-teacher relationship, where teachers are able to one-on-one guide the student through the path of information and discovery. However, in most of modern education, many low-level classes are just too popular and too vital for many majors that you can have that interaction with. Most classes now are taught in lecture halls like the one depicted here, and have virtually zero interaction between student and teacher. Now, I believe through technology and Johns Hopkins innovation that we can create that golden student-to-teacher interaction again. in a lot of our classes. So we know what we want to continue to be, and that is an epicenter of discovery, and we know that we must head towards this new technology era. So how do we possibly take these goals and use them on the new baseball field plot? Well, ladies and gentlemen, I believe I have the answer to that, and that is the Johns Hopkins Center for Leadership for Long-Distance Learning. Now, the Johns Hopkins Center for Long-Distance Learning will be an opportunity for students to diversify their schedules, to take individual classes with teachers that not only reside in Baltimore, but across the world. By having everything from specific learning pods to full-size classrooms, we would offer students the opportunity to take classes no matter the funding that was available or the amount of students that signed up for this specific class. And by partnering with other high-performing academic institutions, Johns Hopkins can be a global leader in this new style of distance learning. We can create a network that promotes the sharing and spread of new knowledge. Now, Johns Hopkins students will be able to not only take classes at these partnering institutions, but they will also, through a pilot program, be able to bring them back towards minor credit. And this way, in just 10 years' time, we could increase our possible minors from 41 to 70, and possibly even take our current majors from 50 up to 55. This is an incredible opportunity to increase diversity for our students and truly allow them an opportunity to take the course load that they truly desire. Now, can you imagine being able to say to a Johns Hopkins student that they have the opportunity through the Johns Hopkins Center for Long-Distance Learning to take any and every language that has ever been spoken? Or can you imagine being able to tell a Johns Hopkins student that their coursework does not have to rely solely on the walls and chalkboards here in Baltimore? It's an incredible opportunity for Johns Hopkins not only to become a global leader in technology and education, but also for our students to have a vast new resource of discovery. I believe that Johns Hopkins truly is moving forward and moving in the direction of continuing to be an epicenter of discovery. I believe it is written here in our hallowed crest, in Latin, "The truth shall set you free." We always have, and I hope always will, be discovering new information and spreading it with the world. And I believe that through our heritage, we can use this philosophy to justify and to become a leader in distance learning through the Johns Hopkins Center for Long Distance Learning. Thank you for your time.